welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Coco Osaze, and I am so glad that you're here with me today. And I believe for some persons, you already know why I'm here today, right? Because on a usual, we release our videos on maybe midweek, and today we decided to do it now because of the urgency of what we want to talk about. So this is a season of Valentine, and a lot is happening in this season. Colors are flying everywhere. If you know, the color of Valentine is the color of red, and if you go out there in the malls, everywhere red is flying. People are selling. I told some folks, I said, if you sell anything red this season, you may just become the next face mask of the of the country or the world. And so the season comes with so much emotions, so much expectations. A lot happens in this season, but it would be wrong for us not to look into the reason why this whole thing started in the first place. Now, let's not forget the origin, that Valentine started from the person who was named Saint Valentine, and this man went out of the norm. He took the risk of joining couples even while in prison, people who were truly in love, and he told himself, why should you restrict them from becoming what they want to become because of prison barriers and all that? And he took out time to join couples together in holy matrimony, and a day was named after him. And now everybody wants to remember that day, but the question is, how are we remembering the day? And I remember back then in secondary school, I attended a boarding school from JSS1 to Midway, and I remember while I was there in boarding school, everybody has to have a pet mother, a school daughter, a pet daughter, a special senior friend. And I remember how February 14th midnight used to look like once it's 12 midnight, February 14th, the whole school that you thought everywhere was on light out, you just notice that people were not actually sleeping. Everyone is looking for a way to their school mother's room, school mother's hostel, trying to drop a gift, or a pet mother's room, like that. It was something else. I remember one year my principal had to come out from her house and started chasing students for real to go back to bed. It was that bad because everybody just want to show love. But the question is, how should this day really be celebrated, considering the fact that it started from somewhere? How should it be celebrated? Who should celebrate Valentine, and how should they go about it? I decided to speak with a lot of persons, and some persons are here to tell us their views of what they think about this season, who should be celebrating, how they should celebrate it, if it has been abused, and things to consider why you are celebrating Valentine. So let's listen to the first person as she shares her view.
Hi guys, my name is Ibukun. I'm a physiotherapist. It was nice to meet you. So today, this is a season of love, and everybody's talking about love, Valentine. So today I'll be answering two very important questions. The first one is, who should celebrate Valentine, or who should you celebrate Valentine with? So people just have to think that Valentine has to be something you do with married people or couples, people in a relationship, but then it's not really true. The most important thing is that you're showing love. You can show love to your dad, you show love to your mom, to your siblings, to your friends, to your colleagues at work. So there's really no, it doesn't have to be people in relationships who should celebrate Valentine. The most important thing is that you are showing love. And the second question is, how can Valentine be celebrated? What's your love language? How do you show love to people around you? Do you give gifts? Do you go out? Do you travel? Can you just surprise someone with a trip? Can you just go and say, okay, I'm just going to feed this particular number of children, I want to show them what love really is? So it all depends on how you want to show love. How do you treat love? How do you show love to people around you? So the most important thing is that you are showing love. So just ensure this Valentine season you show love to people around you. It's not really about yourself, but then just show love to people around you. Thank you.
Wow, I was super excited. It's all about showing love. not really about the person. If it has to be couple thing, it could be you going to the orphanage home to show love. That was our physiotherapist Ibukun Ebenezer telling us her view about who should celebrate Valentine and how it should be celebrated. It's super exciting to think that a lot of people just a day ago, a young girl of just 4 years old was saying, "Ma, I want to buy a gift for Valentine." And I'm like, "Come on, who told you something like Valentine existed?" And she said, "My mom said there's exchange of gifts in church, so I also want to buy my own gift." And I'm like, "Are you for real? Who told you that?" And now she has begun to hear the word Valentine. Over time, it's going to become a thing for her, because she's going to continue to start looking out for, okay, what is this thing about? What are they talking about? How do I get to know more about it? It's going to be a thing. And trust me, it is only right we get it the right way. I still have more people who want to tell us their views on Valentine. And so let's get back to the next person. Let me not take all the time talking. Let's get to the next person and what he thinks Valentine is all about.
This King Seokoli. Some people call me Expressor. So I'm into tech sales. I sell software solutions for a living. So that's very much what I do. This discussion is about Valentine and what I think about it. So I am not a huge fan of the day Valentine. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but just because I believe that there shouldn't just be one day for which we celebrate love. For what it stands for what people celebrate it for, I think one day it's not enough to show love to the people who are there to us. And, I believe love should be celebrated every day to the people who are around us, the people who are there to us, and the people who mean so much to us. So pretty much what I think we can do to make Valentine better, in my own opinion, is I believe personally that Valentine should be a day of education, beyond the frivolities and the activities and the need to go out and spend money and give gifts and all those crazy things. Take for example Christmas. We all like to eat and celebrate and visit family during that period, but also in a way, it's also a day of reflection for certain Christians, because they remember that it's the day that, as is celebrated the death of Jesus Christ. In a similar manner, I believe also that beyond the activities we do for Valentine, the hanging out, the dinner, the gifts and all, Valentine should also be a day of education, where we educate ourselves, create the awareness of being decent human beings, being appreciative of one another, being kind, just valuing generally everyone around us, and making every single person around us feel like they matter. I think that's typically what Valentine should be. Beyond just the activities, there should also be an educative and awareness aspect of it, where people are made to understand again the importance of just doing things right, of kindness, of honesty, of oneness, of compassion, not just to the people who are close to you, who you are in a relationship with, but for everyone around you. And on this note, I just want to say happy Valentine's to everyone, whether you will be celebrating or not. It's an important day.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley. I really appreciate, like he said, people need to be educated on what Valentine is really about. It's not just about, oh, it's another day, just as people have abused the celebration of Christmas. It's supposed to be the birth of Christ, but people have abused it. So also something that ought to bring about oneness, bring about a striking chord where couples are supposed to celebrate, or if you're not a couple, you want to go out there and show love to other people. People now abuse it as a day where they get drunk, where they misbehave, where they go to clubs, and where they do all manner of things that they live to regret afterwards. So Valentine is not actually a bad thing in itself, but it's just that over time people have abused it. For example, you see a child from secondary school like saying, "Oh, Valentine Day is coming. I want to buy something for my boyfriend," and you are asking yourself, "Come on, how old are you? What's the plan for you and this supposed boyfriend in the next 5 to 10 years?" No plans, because you're still in secondary school. You even haven't even thought about your tertiary institution. You haven't even thought about coming out to meet the labor market. And here you are saying you have a boyfriend. And it's really, really, really funny, because as much as you cannot take this thing from them, it's something that has become a part of them. But we also need to be able to curb it. We also need to be able to help people understand that these things should not be, and people should be watchful of what they do on Valentine's Day. So we have another person who wants to share his view on what Valentine is all about and what it should be. So let's give it up for Mr. Coyote.
Hey, hi. It's that season again. In a couple of days from now, it's gonna be Valentine, and we'll go out again and do all the things we've always done. Um, and then at the end, people will come out and say, "Look, yeah, love hurt me." No, but really and truly, love does not hurt. Love, the way it is designed, cannot hurt. The way it is configured cannot hurt. As a concept, it cannot hurt. Um, and I'm not even going to get any theological, because if I try to, yeah, I would say God is love and God can hurt. But really,
Yeah.
it is people that hurt. So every time you come out of a love relationship, it hurts, or heartbreak, or break fast, as they call it today. Um, it's not because love hurt you. It's because someone who didn't know how to love you hurt you. And that's two different things entirely. It's almost like we see in marriages today. I mean, marriages are failing and falling, and we think something is wrong with marriage, but really nothing is wrong with marriage. The whole concept and idea of marriage still stays as it is. It is the people that have an issue. It's like omelets, yeah. If you're going to make fried eggs, the quality of the fried eggs is determined by the quality of the eggs you use in making them. So, what's my counsel as we go out in this season? Ensure that the person you're with is the person you want to grow with, the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Because
Very true.
really and truly, at the heart of it all, love is a commitment. It's a commitment to share your life, share your world, grow with somebody. And oftentimes we know, in some deep part in us, we know that this person I'm with is not the person I want to share all of that with. So, and it's crazy. If that's not the person, then don't make all the deposits you're making, the body fluid deposit, all the plenty deposits you're making, because you're forming a bond that you don't want to grow with. It's a season of love again. Be intentional about it. Be sure about it. Be firm about it, and make it the most. Because love is the one thing that is still keeping the semblance of civility in our world. If we remove love, our self-interest will crush everything that we have left. So as you go about the season of Valentine, love genuinely, love like love was designed to be expressed. And remember, love doesn't hurt. People do. Bless you.
Wow, I was really blessed by that video. Love doesn't hurt, but people do. And trust me, if you're with the wrong person right now, the person is going to hurt you at the end of this celebration. Do not go out there fooling yourself. As a young lady, value yourself, value your birdie. Don't just give it to just any birdie that is ready to buy you chocolate and sweets in this season, all in the name of celebrating Valentine. And then at the end of the day, you can't find them the next minute anymore. Don't get yourself hooked up with some people. Don't do dumb stuff because there is a season and because there's a gift tied to it. You can buy these gifts yourself if you really want to do this. Do not let this season, do not let emotions move you to do things that you will regret in the next couple of months or in the next couple of days. Now, I have a very special friend of mine who has something to say finally about Valentine, and she wants to tell us how people have abused the use of Valentine. Can we sit back as we listen to Mrs. Mali?
Hi. So I've been asked by Kosi to speak about the abuse of Valentine's Day and what my thoughts are, to share what my thoughts on the abuse of Valentine's Day. is or are? Well, that's not a very difficult thing to do, considering the fact that we are all on social media and we see how the youths of these days are interacting with these terms, aka Valentine's Day. I saw on Facebook recently someone saying, those of you planning to shave the head of Monday, November is waiting for you. So, I think Valentine's Day has been abused, considering the fact that if you look at the original concept of a priest having to wed people that were in love but for some reason couldn't get married, joining them in holy matrimony because the love then was real. They wanted to be together despite the fact that one was in prison and one was not. So true love was the bane behind them naming that day after that priest, Saint Valentine. Now centuries have passed since that happened, and we see now people just giving anything that they feel, the name love. They just say, oh, my heart beats for you, I'm in love with you. Oh, my stomach has butterflies, I must be in love with you. Oh, I think of you all the time, I must be in love with you. Oh, I like the sound of your voice, I must be in love with you. Nothing is just frivolity and waste of money, waste of time, waste of resources. So the youngsters, for the young folks out there who are stuck on Valentine's Day, who really don't know what to do with themselves on that day, find something to do. Write a poem if you're poetic. Go to the motherless babies' homes. Show real love, tangible love, agape love, as opposed to something that is just everywhere. Like you can't even put a name to the emotion you're feeling when it comes to Valentine's Day and all its many activities. So edify somebody, encourage somebody, send somebody money, visit a motherless baby, pay somebody's tuition, give somebody money, send somebody recharge card. Do something nice. It doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't have to be, all that. Just do something nice and kind. And I think that will, in itself will culminate into love that is worth celebrating, that Saint Valentine would have been happy to identify with. So I'm hoping that some youths get to see this video, watch, like, share before Valentine's Day so that people can understand what Valentine's Day is supposed to be all about and use the day productively. So that's it from me. Over to you, Kosi.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. So basically, everyone is saying the same thing. Valentine in its own, it's not a bad thing. But the truth is, the way people have used it over the years is what now makes it a bad thing. So is it bad if I say I want to celebrate it? No, it's not bad. The question is, how are you celebrating it? Who are you celebrating with? If you're married, of course, you're celebrating with your spouse and probably your children. And if you're not married and the person you're with now, you don't have any future with this person, then sorry, you're celebrating it in the wrong way. But if probably the person you're with right now, you have hopes of getting married in the next couple of months or probably a year or so, yes, you're doing the right thing. But even in doing that, how are you celebrating it on that day? Is the whole essence of this celebration going to end you in bed with the person? Then sorry, you are not doing it the right way. Yes, I know a lot of people are going to come and fight me for this, but yes, I still stand for the fact that you should keep your beds well till marriage, close your legs till marriage, because that is the union that God ordained right from the foundations of the earth, where such things can take place. So if this celebration is going to end you in bed with someone you will regret you ever did it with for the rest of your life, then please do not celebrate. It's better not to celebrate it at all than to celebrate it the wrong way. And if you do not have someone to celebrate with and you are telling yourself, but everybody's celebrating, my dear, go and celebrate with the motherless babies. Go and celebrate with the orphanage children. They will appreciate the love much more than just doing dumb stuff. So thank you so much. If you're here, help like this video, share this video, and let more people get to know that Valentine is a time of love, to show love to everybody around you, your gatesman, Yes, the person you buy things from, show them love. It's a season of love, not just tied to couples alone, not just tied to partners alone. It's a season to show everyone love. Everyone deserves to be loved. Everyone deserves a show of love. So let's go out there, show more people love, tell them how much you love them, and trust me, we can begin to turn the tables around. God bless you for listening. See you next time till we do another video. Bye.